6 Most Metal Breweries is back in the city of Suderly Love as Decibel magazine returns for the 3rd annual Metal and Beer Fest with 14 bands, 18 breweries, 1 meadery over 2 days at the Fillmore Philly. That's metal! I'm host Adam Zuniga, and it's time for Doors and Pours. Yeah!
Cheers, Philadelphia! And of course, we also love beer and heavy metal.
So how does it feel to be at Decibel Metal and Beer Fest and have so many hopheads and metalheads in one place?
So well organized, everybody's super nice.
All the bands are great and everyone has a good time. All the beers are awesome.
This is the A game of the A game in the brewing industry.
We're having a festival that's, we have proper beer is amazing.
There's only 7 bands each day, which makes it a little bit easier to drink.
If we weren't playing, I still would have showed up anyway.
The metal scene is community, and so is the craft beer scene.
Worlds are colliding in this beer right here and now in the court of the Bastard King.
Crimson King, Bastard King, Crimson Red, Red Ale.
Crimson led to a Red Ale.
Yeah,
There's a lot of layers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of layers.
Song titles and lyrics dictate what the beer will be, to me.
Like, let's just compare Anheuser-Busch to Nickelback.
Fair. Absolutely fair.
There's so many like smaller breweries who are trying to really put out something that's good.
A lot of people are in craft brewing because they're passionate about beer, and there's not a more passionate music fan than the metal.
What makes this Metal and Beer Fest so unique is they have a meadery this year. But tell us what inspired this particular mead, which we have as Eternal Frost.
I sent him some Norwegian ocean salt,
Yeah.
some sea salt in the mail, and we were discussing, and you know, basically his ideas just sounded awesome.
I put Norwegian spruce tips in it and juniper berries, which were common in Viking beers and meads.
Can you just tell us a little bit about how the process works? What makes it distinct from beer or winemaking?
Well, mead is always made with honey, so the base sugar has to be honey to be called mead.
You are, I think, taking us back to, what, 1994 tonight, correct?
Yes.
And Frost from start to finish for the first and last time in North America?
Yes. We realized we wanted to do it in Norway, but also in America, because that album was really important for us over here. But it's the last time we're going to do it in any place, you know. It's not going to happen again, so.
Well, we're grateful to witness it. And we're grateful to have the mead to drink with it. Mark Osborne needs no introduction. We have shot with him multiple times, including our beer parody of The Crow. Ooh. We're calling this an Imperial Milk Stout, correct?
Imperial Milk Stout.
Clocks in at what, 12%?
12%.
And this is one of the few uses of lactose you know I enjoy. It imparts like a very mild sweetness to the beer.
We jam-packed the kitchen sink into this one. The key was candy cap mushrooms, which is what they call a dessert mushroom. It imparts flavors of brown sugar and maple, but it still has that earthiness that you like. This beer is about as complicated as it gets, but it's actually as crushable as it gets as well.
Well, you know, that's on par basically with this band. It's a lot smoother than I had expected, but that makes it more dangerous.
How does it feel to be at Decibel Metal and Beer Fest?
We attended the fest for the last 2 years just as fans, read the mag for years and years and years, and to be able to then be a part of the whole thing when the 3rd year rolled around was a huge deal for us.
Necrogenesis, I think, is a great example of a beer that just is going to be, you know, a skull fuck of a beer that doesn't fit into any category, but in all fairness, Outer Heaven doesn't fit into any category.
Can you say skull fuck for camera once again, please?
Skull fuck.
Perfect. Dave, thank you for joining us.
Happy to be here.
I don't think anyone can speak better to the relationship between craft beer and heavy metal than you.
I like beer and metal quite a bit.
Where did you see the connection between craft beer and heavy metal, or heavy beer and heavy music come into play?
Three Floyds.
Yep.
Yeah, that was where it all started.
How does craft beer inspire your music?
There's so many different flavor profiles out there and so many different breweries and so many different types of music. I love stouts. Stouts have this like warm, glowing, magical buzz. The big, strong stuff is the most exciting for me. But don't get me wrong, I really love a really delicate, well-made beer.
Of course.
A great beer is a great beer.
We have a saying at the Six Most Metal Breweries, and it is keep it metal, and we identify metal as a commitment to quality, to authenticity, to independence. What does metal mean to you? How do you define metal?
I love metal. Metal is like, you can really do whatever you want. There's no limitations. Very similar to craft brewing. That's a good beer.
Yeah. That's metal. That is metal. That is psychedelic doom metal. That's Viking metal. That's metal. That is death doom metal.
Yeah,
that
man.
is absolute metal. Here's to morbid ales and morbid tales. Decibel magazine proves yet again that only print is real and only craft is cult. Support your local bands, breweries, and keep it metal. Cheers.